Alright, we're on the draw here in match 5 of this league, and is this a keep? I kind of think it isn't, because we don't have any fetch lands, or anything else really that we're doing to grow these Tarmogoyfs. So we have 2 Tarmogoyfs, but they're not very good. If we're up against an aggro deck, we're in a lot of trouble. Against a mid-range deck, we're still in a good bit of trouble. And against control, really, I think we're in a bit of trouble. So I'm going to mulligan it. This is better. Shoal can go to the bottom. I like the visions most of all about this hand. Definitely like the visions. The fact that we have fetches means Tarmogoyf's going to be a lot better. And I think... Oh, wow. That was handy. That was very handy. Look at that. Stuff just happened when you yield priority. Alright, so Goblin Guide made up for the mulligan. I don't really want to shock much here. So I kind of want to fetch very carefully. I think I do want to use the Serum Visions, though, as soon as possible, because I want to find a burn spell for this. Then again, we're probably getting the Tarmogoyf down on turn 2, but I still want to find a burn spell soon. One thing we could do is go Delver right now, to try to maybe stem the bleeding, if they decide to go after that. We could Chump Block, which would certainly grow Tarmogoyf, but I don't really want to do that. I'm mostly worried about losing to the tempo advantage the opponent has, so maybe I will just slam the Delver of Secrets. It might cost our Tarmogoyf a little bit, because we won't be putting a sorcery in the bin as proactively. But we could always Chump Block if they don't decide to go after the Delver. Grim Lavamancer. That probably makes me want to Chump Block. What was on top? Delver of Secrets. We draw Delver. I think we're just going to get a basic forest here. We don't have any red spells yet, so I'm not going to bother shocking for my red source. We'll do that at our leisure. Let's play the Tarmogoyf. Not dying to their Goblin Guide and then subsequent burn spells is probably the priority. So I very much like getting the Tarmogoyf down as best we can. The opponent now has their second land. If they swing, I'm blocking. There's not really any doubt in my mind. Actually, we have a Tarfire on top. Scratch that. I kind of want to take the damage because Tarfire is going to make Goyf indomitable. Yeah, that's fine. They might have a path. Does Burn actually main deck Path? I don't think they do. We are going to get ourselves a Steam Vents. Yes, please. I think we want to deal with this Grim Lavamancer because Tarmogoyf is going to do an excellent job of slowing down that Goblin Guide. But on the other hand, I also kind of want to Visions first. They already know about the Tarfire, but this does leave us more options. So let's start off with that. Perilous Voyage is not going to be good. Serum Visions. Would I rather play the Delver or the Tarfire? The opponent's not very likely to get enough stuff in the graveyard for Grim Lavamancer to be great. But on the other hand, if they get a fetch land, swing with the guide, and then we block the Goblin Guide, they probably do get there pretty easily, so I don't really want to let them Grim Lavamancer or a Delver of Secrets. I want a Tarfire. The question is what? We need to turn the corner pretty soon, which makes me kind of want to go after the Goblin Guide so that Tarmogoyf doesn't have to sit around blocking. But on the other hand, that Grim Lavamancer is going to be a lot of trouble very soon, so I think that's the priority. Simic Charm, not going to do very much against Goblin Guide. They might just have had too much of a lead for us. We're already at 8. We also haven't seen any counterspells. Lightning Helix, are we dead? No, we're not dead yet. It's fine. Thought Scour. Alright. I want to clock. I need to clock. I also really want to not lose to that Goblin Guide. I think we're going to end up Simic Charming it. Mid-combat. That seems like the play. We're going to clock them a little bit. They have 23 life. That's way more than we can handle. Get this Delver of Secrets down. And I don't really want to crack that Misty Rainforest, but just in case I decide I do, I'll play it out. We're going to bounce the Goblin Guide after it attacks. Maybe even scry with its trigger in that fetch land. That doesn't seem very likely, though. Seems most likely that the opponent just has 2 burn spells. Hexproof isn't going to stop that, so I think I'm going to hope that we find a counterspell. Stomping Ground is not a counterspell. Alright, that's fine. Goblin Guide's going to attack. We're going to fetch off of the Misty. Go down to 1. Lava Spike. Alright. Well, we couldn't do it. We tried. A lot went wrong. A lot went wrong. Not sure if I misplayed or how badly I did, but that game felt awful. Let's see what we need against Burn. Pyroclasm, no, because we're on the play. It's just these 4. Just those 4. 1 Thought Scour going to go. I'll just pull it up. I believe it's Perilous Voyage, Simic Charm, Vapor Snag that finish off the cards we take out, but I should check, just in case. Once again, I kind of don't like Chart a Course here, but I kind of do. Would I rather have Chart a Course than Simic Charm? I really don't know. Simic Charm did a lot of nothing in that game. Chart a Course would have at least drawn us some cards. I'm going to go with this. See how that goes. Being on the play should help. How good's this hand? Turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Mana Leak, eventually Huntmaster. It's not great. I would much rather have removal, but that Mana Leak's countering something. So you know what? That might just be fine. We're also going to put some fetch lands in the graveyard to help with Hooting Mandrills, and if they take out Delver with a Bolt or something to that effect, it's going to put more cards in the graveyard, and we're going to effectively not take damage off of said burn spells. So I think this hand is viable. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot not going for it, but it has a lot going for it. I'm going to take that. Misty's pretty fun. I like finding that. What do we got? Snapcaster Mage. Well, we might use that to block the Goblin Guide. I almost certainly want to grab a Forest here. We're going to get in for 1 because Delver's doing nothing on defense. Go to the opponent. If they give us a reason to Mana Leak, we'll Mana Leak. If it looks like we should just Snapcaster Mage, we're just going to Snapcaster Mage. Let that happen. It's a Chart a Course. Do I take this damage or do I hold up Mana Leak? I kind of want to just go for the Snapcaster Mage because we're going to be able to cast Hooting Mandrills next turn and then Huntmaster. So I very much like our curve. If we hold up Mana Leak, they might not do anything, just representing a burn spell, and that, well, that wastes our turn. And that would be very bad because then we take extra damage, and that's not something I like. That is very much not something I like. So I will shuffle away the Chart a Course. The opponent got some information there, not much. Grab the basic Forest. Cast this little guy. A very bad Ambush Viper. I guess in this case Death Touch doesn't matter, but still. There we go, we got a Bolt out of their hand. Fantastic. It all works out in the end. Rift Bolt, sure. Delver sees a basic island, which I might use. I also might fetch a tapped land so that we could slam Hooting Mandrills. I want to cast Hooting Mandrills here to, 1, establish a board, most importantly, to block this Goblin Guide. But I also kind of want to hold up Mana Leak, not as much as play Mandrills, and I really don't want to have to pay Shock. So I kind of want to fetch, get a Breeding Pool or a Stomping Ground. It would be Stomping Ground. Fetch out a Stomping Ground tapped, cast Hooting Mandrills, delving away the whole graveyard, and just live with it. That way we're at 13 life instead of 12 life. And that's enough of a difference for me to care. Let's get in for 1. Delver doesn't really need to do any chump blocking because we're going to have a lot of creatures soon. They might path this Mandrills, which would suck, but I still think we get in there. They also might go with Rift Bolt plus another burn spell to the Mandrills, but it looks like that's not the plan. Boros Charm. I don't think we're just dead. Another Rift Bolt. Goblin Guide doesn't attack. Okay. Wooded Foothills. Lots of lands. To be fair, the Goblin Guide definitely helped with that. But lots of lands. Alright, so Rift Bolt is coming off of Suspend. We probably want to cast the Huntmaster, I'm thinking. We can swing with the Mandrills, since Huntmaster is going to make some bodies. But I think we want to cast Huntmaster. If we Mana Leak the Rift Bolt, they pay for it, we take 3. That's probably what they do, since they're not under much pressure. Yeah, I'm going to slam Huntmaster. That seems like our only viable option here. Fortunately, we're not taking any more damage off of lands, so that's nice. Knock them down to 12. It's a start. Red, blue, blue, green. Huntmaster, go! 8 life is not the best, but it's something. We could still very well just die here. Rift Bolt puts us to 5. If they have 2 burn spells, we're dead. But that's a lot of burn spells. I think they might just have it. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. They did just have it. I don't think... Okay, so besides not keeping that hand, I don't think there were any decisions that we made that were specifically not good. Playing the Delver on 1 seems... I mean, there was nothing better to do. Going for Snapcaster Mage instead of Mana Leak seems like the best play we have there. Turn 3 Mandrills, turn 4 Huntmaster. I think we curved out the best we could. We just didn't have counters available after curving out. And we didn't have burn spells to take care of that Goblin Guide, which I think got in at least 4 damage. Probably more. Maybe I should have chumped it with the Delver. That might have been a better idea. Would that have sped up Mandrills at all? Maybe. 2 fetches, Delver of Secrets. If we had a 3rd fetch, that would speed up the Hooting Mandrills. I'm not sure if we did. That's something to look out for. Anyways, that's the conclusion of that league. Pretty disappointing that we were 2-0 after the first 2, and then we lost the other 3. But hey, that happens. Maybe I will try out Traverse again. Chart, of course, feels really good. And 5 leagues isn't a big sample size, but we really kind of got destroyed in these 5 leagues. So I think I might just drop Disrupting Shoal, drop Chart, of course, try out Traverse the Ulvenwald some more, see how that goes. Anyways, I'm going to have to look at how to build Traverse too, because I haven't played that for a while. That deck might get modified a bit. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video all the same, and I hope to see you in the next one.